YouTube, what's going on? Crazyncman got another airsoft gun to review for my brand new web store, milspecairsoft.com. I appreciate everybody who's come over there and shopped with me. Appreciate your loyalty, and we look forward to doing business with everybody and making this new company grow. Also, as always, if you guys have any pressing questions, airsoft questions, and you don't want to get them mixed in these comments here on YouTube or lost in the YouTube email, come on over to my other site, AirsoftAnswers.com. We'll get all the answers you need with no elitist attitude. Alright, now this gun came onto the market and then disappeared. We all know there was a lot of stuff happening over in China, production problems, government shutting down airsoft companies on the mainland. So this gun came out and then quickly disappeared along with its the others in this series. But of course, Crazyncman, Milspec Airsoft, we tracked them down, we got them shipped over here, and now you can buy them from milspecairsoft.com. And the gun we're talking about, obviously by the title, is the CYMA Cm121 Desert Eagle AEP. And if you guys are new to airsoft, AEP stands for Automatic Electric Pistol. And that's right, cool thing about these guns is A, they run on a battery, and B, they shoot both semi and fully automatic. So, as you can see, the old CYMA Cm121, check it out. They don't care how it functions. They just know it is ultra cool styling. Okay, that's all we care about. They know airsoft's a fashion show. Don't care how it shoots, it's ultra cool styling. So, anyways, in the box, you obviously get an owner's manual, pretty concise on everything you need. Get a little sample pack of CYMA BBs. You get your charger, your battery. You get a speed loader, which I do not recommend. I'll go into that a little bit later. And then, of course, the gun itself, which is wedged in this foam. Then underneath the gun, you'll get a cleaning and an unjamming rod. As you can see, the Desert Eagle, this is a full-size 1-to-1 scale Desert Eagle. It is mammoth, just like the real one. It weighs in with the battery and magazine in, no BBs. It weighs in at 2 pounds and 3 ounces. So it's a pretty hefty gun. It's got a metal upper slide. You got a metal tactical rail. The frame of it's made out of a ABS plastic. The grip is that, you know, people will call it rubber, but who knows what the hell it is. It's some sort of plasticky rubber, but it feels really good. It's a little softer than the plastic frame. It's got a nice feel, nice contour, and it's, you know, like any Desert Eagle, it's just a big, burly gun, which is totally cool. Now, like I said, this thing does shoot full auto. Right here, you got your selector switch, semi here. Pull it down for a fully automatic mode. Shoots about 200 FPS with a 0.2 gram BB. Rate of fire we'll see in the Chrono test. Off the top of my head, I can't recall. I think it's somewhere, it's not real fast because of the 7.2 volt battery. But I think it's probably around 8 to 10 rounds a second. And then on this side, you got your safety right here, which you have to push this button, and then you flip that down, and that's on safe mode right there. And then when you want to fire it, you just flip that up, and you can go ahead and fire the gun. Now, like I said, this is an electric pistol. It's got a metal gearbox, metal gears. But as you can tell, the gearbox is housed in here. So it's not the beefiest gearbox. 7.2 volt battery. You know, it gets the job done. But, you know, you're not going to go upgrading the crap out of this thing, getting it to shoot all sorts of crazy FPS. But just like they stand, it's a great, great gun. Now, the one thing I don't like about the Desert Eagle, other than the bulky size, which I can kind of deal with after a while, to get the upper off it, the top slide off it, you pull the hammer back and then that releases it. So it's pretty easy, like if you got that caught up in your holster drawing it out, I can see, you know, pulling the, pulling the whole thing off during the game. Because like I said, all you have to do is pull that back, and all of a sudden this thing's flopping around and coming unglued on you. And it's not a very strong spring either. As you can see, it doesn't take much to pull that back and get it off. So that was the one drawback I don't like about this one as compared to the CM030 of the CM122, is that right there. But, you know, I can live with it. There are ways to get around it. You could actually find yourself something to fit underneath it so it doesn't pull back. You know, there's all kinds of ways. Airsofters, creative guys, so you can figure out a way. But I didn't like that. And I also don't like the safety. It's a little weird because it's kind of a, you can get it off there with one finger, but to get it on safety, you got to push this button here. So it's really a two-handed deal. But it's not that bad. But again, it's another drawback I didn't like. Like I said, you pull this off. This is where your battery will go right in here. Comes with a 7.2 volt 450 mAh battery, and this battery just basically slides right under the barrel. It's a shame somebody hasn't come out with a longer one, because you can see you got about an inch of room left there. That would be cool if it had a bigger battery, but these last, you know, plenty fine. As much as you dry your pistol during a game, it's not going to be a big deal. And then while we got the top off, you can see right here it does have an adjustable hop up. You just adjust this wheel. Just like you would on any other gun, to get the perfect trajectory of the BB. Now, one thing you got to watch on this hop up on these CYMA AEPs is there's a stop inside there, which is just a little piece of plastic. So once you go around to the end, and that piece of plastic stops up against the frame, it won't take much more if you keep cranking it to snap it right off, and then your hop up's just going to spin and spin and not. You know, you won't know when it's fully adjusted, and then you probably got some other problems. So be careful not to be cranking on it. Like I said, that little post in there is just a tiny little piece of plastic, and it's real easy to break. But it's no big deal as long as you're not rough on it. And then you can see down in here the gearbox and all that is all housed in this pistol grip right here. So it's a pretty straightforward little gun. Not a lot to it. Mag release, just like any pistol right here. It's got a 32 round metal magazine. Another thing to watch out for on these is the screws on the back side. Sometimes they're loose when you get the gun. Sometimes they'll loosen up over time. It's no big deal, but just keep an eye on them. And then the reason I say in the beginning to watch the speed loader is these magazines have the little fingers at the top that hold the BBs in. So they all just don't come shooting out and jam up into the gun. And I think when you speed load these, it's easy to damage those fingers. The CYMA guns seem to be better than the Double Eagle M81. I know the Double Eagle M81, the fingers on it are really, really brittle, and a speed loader will break them every freaking time. I've seen it over and over again. The CYMAs seem to take a little more abuse, but again, I just go ahead and push them in by hand. I would not use a speed loader on these, or you wind up breaking those fingers and you can't get them, and you're going to have to get an entire replacement magazine. Like I said, magazines hold 32 rounds. I don't have them on the website, but they're on the way, so we'll have spare mags for this. And then, just like any other AEG, you got your motor height adjustment down there in the bottom. And that's about it. Like I said, this is a great, well, I was going to say great little gun, but hell no, this is a great big gun. It's a great gun. Like I said, if you're a seasoned player or a new player, these AEPs make great, you know, they make a great secondary, because we all know you're not pulling your secondary out every freaking game unless you're playing CQB. And then the other question I kind of touched on in the beginning, people have already asked me, what upgrades can you get? Most of these are built off the Tokyo Marui G18C, and there is a spring you can get for it. There is a barrel you can get for them, and a couple other little upgrades, but there's not a lot. So, you know, but like I said, with a 7.2 volt battery, you're not going to put some gigantic spring in there anyways. And the tight bore barrel be all right, but it's really not necessary. You'll see these shoot pretty good right out of the box, and they'll get the job done. So, like I said, it's nice, rechargeable battery. You're going to get probably 1,000 shots before you have to recharge it. Great gun, great quality. MilSpecAirsoft.com. Get them while you can. I've got about 100. They're going really, really quick, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them once we sell out of these. So, CYMA Cm121 Desert Eagle AEP. Excellent gun. Pick one up now.